instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right now. Touch gloves. When the bell rings, box. Go.
Very focused and determined as he was in the Olympics. Leonard Bundu hoping to be the first blemish on his record. Round number 1 scheduled for 12. Bundu, 41 years of age, been a terrific welterweight. Now Bundu, they are both southpaws. As Spence has gotten 7 straight victories by way of stoppage. His last fight that went to the scorecards was against Ronald Cruz back on June 27th of 2014. Spence, if you recollect, had an impressive stoppage victory of Chris Algieri back on April 16th at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, which is about 15 minutes away from here. Spence very methodical in the early going, varying his jab upstairs and also downstairs. Leonard Bundu, his only loss came at the hands of the welterweight champion Keith Thurman a couple of years ago. Very good so far, as he was named on many different media platforms as the 2015 prospect of the year. Heavyweight contender, and with this fight he can very well do so if he's able to get past Leonard Bundu. A nice left hand that came right over the top. As Spence continues mixing his jab, Bundu coming forward. Good action so far here in this first round. Only had 2 draws during the course of his career and 1 defeat. And Spence with a sweeping right hook that caught Leonard Bundu. Nice jab again to the midsection as Errol Spence tries to take out the steam out of Bundu. Spence understands what a huge victory this would be, as jumping in with a wild hook was Bundu. Spence keeps in that bait with that jab. He's a family man. He has a daughter, Ivy, who's not even a year old, and he states that his motivation comes from providing her a better life and doing what he can to make sure that she can have an unbelievable upbringing.
Break, don't punch.
90 seconds remaining in the second round. For Leonard Bundu, he's fought the majority of his career in Italy. His 11-year career has been spent overseas in Italy. He's had a couple of fights, 2 fights in the UK, 1 fight in Germany, and this is his 3rd fight stateside. But predominantly, he has been successful out. With Spence, he has such a high guard because he realizes that hook is going to come in for Bundu. And Bundu got to Spence a little bit. But again, that jab, it is a piston-like jab for Errol Spence. He continues to double it up, and then right behind it is that straight left down the middle. And Bundu has brought some fans from Italy for, as you can hear in the background.
Step back. Watch that head, baby.
Johnny Callis warning Bundu to not come in with that. And that's a veteran move, to be honest with you. When you've been in the game for over a decade, and now Bundu having some success momentarily. So the winner of this fight will be the mandatory to Kell Brook. Now, Brook obviously has some business to attend to against Gennady Golovkin on September 10th. And now Bundu throws a combination, but he gets blasted with a straight left right down the middle. And Errol Spence understands the kind of ferocity and tenacity that Bundu exhibits in the course of his fight. And he realizes he cannot fall asleep whatsoever. Spence getting warmed up though. A jab followed by that straight left that is connecting for the DeSoto, Texas native. And Bundu comes in and flips Errol Spence and goes downstairs to the body. But back comes Spence again through the 3rd round. That is over 50%. Bundu is under 25%. And a shot as Bundu loads up. But when Bundu loads up, Spence gets out of the way immediately.
Right.
As Spence has been throwing a plethora of jabs and then the lay in that straight left, and he mixes up the uppercut there, now goes to the body to Errol Spence. 30 seconds left in the 3rd round. Spence was trying to connect on that uppercut as Bundu rushes in, so he is there to be tagged with that uppercut. Ten seconds remaining in the third round. Similar story, Spence with his jab and then the straight left down the middle. Going head to head here in Coney Island. What a beautiful venue, what a great atmosphere. The fans here are amazing, and they are being treated to a terrific performance so far with Errol Spence, as Spence connected and landed a shot right on the top of the temple. Bundu, as Bundu was coming in, and it seemed like he was slipping, but also got caught. And now Bundu willing to load up, but he gets lit up with a shot to the body, compliments of Errol Spence. Spence again measuring Leonard Bundu, has him at the end of his punches. Spence is using every bit of that reach advantage that he possesses. How he's lean, he's powerful, he gets a lot of leverage behind his punches, and he's very smart inside the ring. And Bundu is more than willing to make this a rough and tumble affair, but he's getting caught at close distance as we resume this fourth round. And a nice shot. They are both mixing it up. And now Bundu, he's trying to come and catch something that he can connect with. But in the process, Spence is breaking him down with the jab, and he's mixing up his attack. It's largely in part to the body attack of Errol Spence. And Spence, a laser, straight left with precision. To be able to mix in, and we're seeing Spence throw that left hand to the chest as well. These are all veteran moves on behalf of Spence. Spence realizes he wants to be among the upper echelon of the welterweight division, as we see what Errol Spence has been able to do, punches through. Errol Spence is averaging 9 jabs per round. The welterweight average is 5 jabs per round, thanks to our friends over at CompuBots for that information. Many times you see fighters that love to load up on power shots, but Errol Spence, everything comes off the jab, and we're seeing the jab followed by that very quick left hand. Comes in with the reckless abandon, and the distance that Spence has is something to admire. Rather than a beautiful straight left that connected, momentarily rocking Spence, but Spence continues to go to work. As Bundu has still not been able to be successful against Spence during the course of a full round. In spurts, yes, but during the course, overall body of work where you can maybe say give him a round, absolutely not. Spence digging to the body. Spence is isolating, and he connects with a powerful straight left right down the middle. Now Bundu gains some leverage in his legs and is trying to be the aggressor, but as he does that, Errol Spence stops him in his tracks with a precise shot to the body. And now Bundu with a couple of hooks that have caught Errol Spence. Spence trying to take out Leonard Bundu. Spence hasn't been in any imminent danger. And an uppercut, and down goes Bundu. Was that a push?
No knockdown.
That is not a knockdown. You wonder if Spence feels like Bundu is fading, and now Errol Spence is looking to close out Leonard Bundu. This is the Errol Spence show, but Bundu is a wounded animal, and he has got to be careful to Spence. But now Spence going to work, and he drops Bundu, and this one could be over. Oh my goodness! Bundu is done, and this one is over. Kell Brook, you have some company. And here, oh, what a shot. And Spence knew it.
For your winner by knockout and still undefeated, Errol the Truth Spence Jr.
Earlier in the dressing room. I want you to obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times. Play Olympia y buena suerte. Good luck. Touch them up. Box!
The undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, Errol Spence Jr.
He won his biggest fight right here. He won a title in this arena. This is the first time that Spence has ever faced a former champ. And here we go with round one, scheduled for 10.
It's a pretty nice footwork, spinning back to the middle of the ring there, Kenny.
Algieri, a former two-time world kickboxing champion.
Good body shot.
Nice shot by Spence.
You know, his trainer told us something very interesting. I said he's fought Manny Pacquiao, he's fought Amir Khan.
Great performances throughout. He has been here and has won in this arena. We saw him do it last April against Samuel Vargas. In the fight just before this, he'll be talking live with Todd Harris in just a few moments right at the end of this round. Final seconds, round one, Spence and Algieri underway. And let's go down to Todd.
Yeah, I thought he looked more than impressive, Kenny. You know, I was one of the people who thought he definitely won the fight. Marcus fought a good fight as well, but you know, he's got some things he's got to work on. And you know, we all do as fighters, but Kalajic was in good form tonight, and I thought he did enough to win.
Algieri talked yesterday that he did not feel many people had been able to get in and push Spence, and he said, I want him to feel how strong I am.
He's going to have to let his hands go for that. He's not able to find Errol too much in this first round. Nice left hand by Algieri.
Real nice by Algieri.
Caught him with that wide hook as Errol was coming in to land his own jab. He got hit with the hard left hand there, and that hurt him.
And a nice uppercut by Spence. Spence going to work against the ropes.
Algieri's hurt here, Kenny. And he got hit with a hard left hand. You see the leverage. It's amazing the leverage that Errol Spence gets on those shots. He really turns his body.
And Spence continues to do work against the ropes. Algieri trying to hold on here. Round two, strong showing by Errol Spence.
Chris has got to move his head. He can't continue to take those. Nice right hand by Chris. That's your move, but
and Spence again. Nice right. And a good left. Spence just missing with the uppercut.
Chris told us that Errol's a power puncher, and power punchers all get tired, so interesting point he talked about in the fighter meeting yesterday.
Final seconds. Errol Spence with an impressive second round.
I'm surprised at the composure that Chris was able to maintain.
And in the Spence corner, they were saying, way to go, keep it up. As we go into this round three scheduled for 10. And in the black and gold is the Olympian, Errol Spence. He's yet to lose.
Always ready for that left hand or that left uppercut, and just getting maximum leverage on every single shot.
You see, undefeated Algieri with those two losses to Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan. Covering up on most of those punches, but Spence continues to be the aggressive fighter.
And he's not missing because Spence is going to the body. Very intelligent from the young fighter. If he were loading up like that going to the head, Algieri would make him miss, but Spence is investing down to the body and really banging Chris up. He's getting his head underneath Errol's head to make sure that Errol can't land any good punches in there. Nice counter right hook. Nice left hook by Chris Algieri.
Algieri trying to fight back out of this.
And you see Spence still controlling the action, but Algieri's starting to have some moments here in the third round. Definitely not getting the best of it, but he's landed a couple nice counters on the inside. And it's going to be interesting if this fight makes it to the 7th, 8th, 9th rounds to see the conditioning of Spence. Hall of Famer Manny Pacquiao wasn't able to do it, and if Errol Spence can, it would really make a statement tonight.
Spence again with some nice shots here late.
Beautiful body shots.
Spence doing some work to that body and work along the ropes. Final seconds of round three. And so far, he has looked very strong here against Algieri. Certainly a tough and well-conditioned opponent.
He has. He came out dominant, Kenny, digging the body, attacking, and hasn't given Chris a chance to get into this fight. He's been so complete.
And all three rounds, Eric Raskin unofficially scoring it for Spence and going down Algieri.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? All right.
Let's take a look at the knockdown in the last round. You see Chris bending down and shooting that left hook. Getting a nice exchange there, but Errol hitting him with the left hand on the top of the head.
Remember, though, the Pacquiao fight, 6 times he went down, 6 times he got up, did Algieri.
I'm going to tell you the difference, Kenny, between Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence. Errol Spence digs the body more so than Manny Pacquiao. When you get hurt like that, it's much easier to defend against headshots. Errol is a disciplined body puncher, and he's so heavy-handed down there too, so it makes it tough. I'm not saying Errol Spence is better than Manny Pacquiao by any means. He's got a long ways to go, but he definitely does get his opponent in trouble and focuses downstairs. Low blow.
Spence goes on. Good left. Algieri against the ropes. Spence digging into the body again. Spence continuing to control this fight. And now thrown down. Algieri just throws Spence down.
Okay.
Not a knockdown, a throwdown. Algieri, basically here at home, he has fought outside of the state of New York only one time. That last round, and he goes down again. Spence does it again.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Algieri is wobbly.
Not too much more.
He twisted his ankle there when he went down. He's not going to be able to take too much more of this.
And Spence trying to finish it here. He has a wounded prey, and he knows it. And Spence puts him back down, and that's it. That is it. Errol Spence Jr. remains undefeated with the knockout of Chris Algieri.
A statement victory for Errol Spence Jr. He is now 20-0 with 17 knockouts. For your winner by technical knockout and still undefeated, Errol the Truth Spence Jr.
Mr. Spence, Mr. Garcia, this fight is for the IBF World title. Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Spence, 24-0. 21 via knockout.
And it's a real cat and mouse game right now because both of them are very, very cautious of each other's power. But it looks like Mikey's starting to, walk Errol down a little bit. And that tide might change, so.
And here's Mikey moving forward, trying to pick his spots, showing him different angles, coming over with that left.
He's playing it smart and he's being effective.
Oh, big left by Spence.
That's right. That was a good left hand by Spence. Caught Mikey with that hand down, which he didn't have last time down when it was thrown on him.
Here we see a big left hand coming around like a hook by Spence.
Ooh.
Errol came around with a good swooping left hook there.
Yeah, he's starting to find that. That's a punch that Mikey, as smart as this, shouldn't be getting hit with.
And, he's keeping the fight in the middle of the ring, which he's supposed to.
A look at the number of jabs landed. 21 for Spence, 11 by Garcia. There's the left by Spence.
Mikey Garcia is keeping his head really stiff right now. He needs to move it a little bit more.
Body shot by Spence.
Mikey's having a hard time counterpunching from the distance. He's going to have to get inside. He said, close the gap, get inside. Now we got to go for it. He knows he's got to make the turn right now.
Mikey's got his head up, his chin up, and stiff. He needs to move his head a little bit more.
He's keeping the perfect distance, Errol Spence. And now he's starting to land some really hard shots. And if Mikey can't land and hurt Errol, he's really in deep trouble.
Body shots 31-7 in favor of Spence.
And that's the thing, Mikey's a tremendous body puncher. He just can't get close enough either way, coming or going, to land a body shot.
Oh, left by Spence and then a right.
Mikey took that hard shot well and came back with his own right hand, left foot, but and this is the Errol Spence.
Oh, good right hook by Errol Spence.
But this is the champ, Mikey, coming back. He's not going to sit still for that. Yeah, when he got in close, even though Spence landed some good shots, Mikey was close enough to land some great counter punches off the ropes over there in that last round. So if he's not willing to take chances or unable to take chances, we're going to see more of the same here.
Our Marcos Villegas.
But on those replays, it certainly looked like Errol Spence was landing the heavier shots, without a doubt.
Yeah, he was connecting.
He's got to really do something spectacular in the next few rounds. He's got to hurt Errol Spence, at least.
And Mikey's known for that left hook. I haven't seen that left hook yet, and that's his, that's his good punch.
Left hook is hard to get off on a southpaw. That works really well against right-handers, but against southpaws, it's really hard, especially when you've got a jab taking up all the time on your left hook side. You know what I mean? Boy, but Errol Spence is just dominating now. There's a couple good right hands, little choppers that Mikey's landing on the inside, but to what effect? Because here comes Errol, man, just throwing some really strong punches. Little uppercut, straight left hand, and a right hook right behind it.
Ooh, left by Spence.
Well, he's got to, like you said, he's got to take chances. I haven't seen him take one chance. He's basically he's going to have to rush him.
Okay, even when he takes chances, though, what's he going to do with it? I mean, score points? That's not going to win him this fight. It's too far gone already,
Right, but he needs to throw some punches.
At the beginning of this round, guys.
It seems like he's looking for that perfect punch. That perfect punch is never going to be there. He's got to throw punches to get that perfect punch.
It may not be that easy to take Mikey out. We're already in the 9th round, but he's not landing. Well, he's landing there right now. Very solid stuff.
Oh, left uppercut by Spence.
And here we see some great action by Spence. He wants to mix it up a little bit more, so he steps to him, throwing some good body punches. Good body punches. Then he comes up to the head. His hands are nice and high. He's got Mikey up against the ropes. Mikey's taking these punches on the chin.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much of these punches he's going to be able to take. This is what happens when you step up. These guys punch a lot heavier. And this is Spence's weight class, and Spence is saying no guys from a lower weight class is going to come up and beat me in my weight class. I'm the king of this weight class. He's saying.
Spence does that to welterweights as well. I mean, whether you step up or not, the bottom line is that he's got Mikey on the run, on the verge of a knockout right here, and he looks like he's looking for a knockout against Garcia. Boy, he's really got Mikey on the run right now, and if I don't know if he could take another round like this next round if Errol Spence turns on the heat like he did this round.
Our Felix De Jesus telling us that Robert Garcia said he's going to stop it.
That's right. I just talked to Robert. He said that he didn't like the kind of punches that he was getting hit with in that last round. Mikey asked him for this round. He said, all right, I'll give it to you.
Errol Spence in round 9 landing 51 punches, most by a Garcia opponent in 20 fights.
Every fight is risky, but this one is especially risky because you're in there with a machine in Errol Spence who really devastates most of his opponents, whether it's to the body or head, but eventually he wears you down and just thoroughly, thrashes you, and he's sticking to the script right here.
Haven't seen too many body punches by Mikey Garcia, and he's known for his body punches.
Yeah, he is, and he just got hit with a couple of good uppercuts by Errol Spence. The thing is Mikey Garcia is too busy protecting himself to worry about throwing punches right now, because he's just worrying about blocking punches, to tell you the truth, at this point of the game.
At this point, it's only going to take one punch.
Well, I got to tell you, Mikey threw a nice crisp left hook off of a counter shot off of Errol's punch, but then Errol came right back with a straight left hand. So even when Mikey does something good, Errol answers it back.
This is round 11. Spence threw a fight-high 125 punches in round 10.
I think right at this point what Robert Garcia is saying is, look, as long as I don't think you're going to take a lot of punishment, I'd like to at least get the moral victory of going the distance.
Mikey Garcia needs to knock out Errol Spence to win this fight.
Of course.
But right now he's too busy protecting himself from this onslaught of Errol Spence's combinations. And here we see another Spence flurry, just stepping towards Mikey. Mixing up the punches.
He is. He's doing a good job of blocking these big punches, though, but something's going to slip in eventually if Mikey doesn't counter.
Spence throwing a barrage of punches here in round 11.
It's not looking good. Yeah, he's looking for a counter shot. It was too little, too late.
Spence has landed over 300 punches. Garcia only 63.
I think he wants him to get stopped.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he wants to get the knockout victory, just as it is a moral victory for Garcia to go to 12. A little bit of a letdown not to be able to stop a guy that's a 135-pounder as well on the other side of the coin, right?
Spence and Garcia have great respect for one another, spent a lot of time together. They were out in Los Angeles on a couple of occasions for press conferences. And then earlier this week, here in Arlington, Mikey Garcia said, Errol reminds me of me.
Well, Spence just keeps coming, especially in this last round. He's trying to go for broke right here and close the show.
Two undefeated champions go the distance.
And still, the IBF welterweight champion of the world, boxing's pride of Dallas, Texas, the truth, Errol Spence Jr.
Okay, boxers, we went over the instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, touch gloves. Good luck.
Referee Harvey Duck, round one. Two pugilistic protagonists getting ready to antagonize each other here. The champion Errol Spence Jr.
averages about 62 punches around, 10 more than Peterson. We'll see if that level of activity starts out early in the fight. Is a dangerous time for Lamont Peterson. We all remember him getting knocked out early by Lucas Matisse, another big puncher
he's ever sparred with.
Yeah, that's what. And those are big words of praise from Charlo, who's a world champion in his own right in the junior middleweight division.
Somewhere Mike McCullum will be happy about what we anticipate seeing when it comes to stuff like that.
And right on cue, Errol Spence goes downstairs. Both these men are fantastic body punchers.
In the gym, making those abs rock hard in anticipation of withering the storm here, Paulie, because the guy's in incredible shape, and yet he is being targeted by Spence early to the body.
Yeah, you got to prepare for the kind of battle Errol Spence is going to give you.
According to show stats.
I think that was by design from him.
Yes, I agree.
Immediately, Spence attacks the body again with the left hand.
And you see where Lamont came out. He came right to the center of the ring and got right in Spence's chest.
That was low.
You know, I thought that Peterson would do some lateral movement, but then move into the pocket when he wanted to. There's a nice
right hand by Peterson, and then a left hook to the body by Peterson.
Peterson went to help the Olympic team, so they've been in the ring together before.
And Spence has also sparred with Floyd Mayweather and impressed Money Mayweather when they sparred.
Spence doing some really nice body work early in this fight.
Spence telling us that he's worked a lot on his defense as well. A nice left uppercut, right hand to the body, and then left hand upstairs by Spence.
He keeps his pace up through the entire
like he builds us up to a crescendo as Peterson landed a left hook and pivoted away from the ropes. Under 30 seconds left in the second. The bell in round number 3 of this IBF welterweight title fight. The champion Errol Spence Jr. in his maiden voyage. Peterson trying to smother Errol Spence Jr. Spence sneaking in that right uppercut and then that overhand left.
One of the underrated parts of Spence's game is, in fact, his defense. He called himself a passive-aggressive fighter. He said, I thought that was a great phrase. Of the power punches, according to show stats, against Spence. So he's a good defensive fighter, even though he's coming forward so much.
Laser focus here in round 3, Paulie, as he just stands in front of Peterson.
We talked about Peterson getting through these early rounds. So far he's doing that. He might not be doing that well, but he needs to get through it so that he can pick up the pace.
Withering attack to the body by Spence. Winds up with another 1-2. Hard to believe that Spence started boxing training at the age of 15, but he has been a student of the game, absorbing all kinds of tape of the greats, including Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali.
I'll tell you, he reminds me a lot of Kyle Curry, too.
Peterson is bringing up the pace out here, and he's starting to work the body as well. And what we're getting now,
Keep in front. It's good, Hook.
For Lamont Peterson with a minute left in the third.
That's good. Errol complained about the rabbit punching. Lamont said, shut up and give my own hand.
Yeah. And now Spence coming back with a flurry of his own. Percolates, and now it looks like it's beginning to boil.
the conventional wisdom is you can't stand in the pocket with Spence the whole fight.
Second left hand by Spence from the streets of Washington, D.C. when they were 10 years old.
Like their fighters, they are good ambassadors for the sport of boxing and also very good trainers. And Derek James, as you mentioned, training Jermell Charlo, he had an amazing year for himself.
Who recorded a victory earlier tonight on the undercard. Younger by 14 months. Good left hand from Spence, again targeting the body and then going upstairs.
He's sneaky with that left hand because he throws it from around the side. He throws it up down the
middle.
Stop.
Keep those punches up.
Courtesy of the murderous puncher Lucas Matisse.
A little mouse underneath the right eye of Peterson starting to develop.
And another left uppercut that scored for Spence. And again, just diversity in his attack for Errol Spence Jr. Gets sneaks in that left uppercut column.
Yeah, and he translates that defense into offense there with a little sneak move, stepping back and then throwing that uppercut.
What a clip. Just you have to admire the incredible technique. There's a nice left hand. Peterson with a short right hand. Rhythm is a dancer, and Spence, well, possesses a lot of snap with those punches, although Lamont Peterson coming forward here, attacking the body and landing that left hook.
You know, half of the punches, of the 70 punches landed by Lamont Peterson, is a good body puncher.
And it's a textbook 1-2 for Errol Spence Jr., Paulie.
Yeah, it is. You know, I just keep watching the technique of both these guys. Both these guys have great balance. You know, it's just Spence is the younger guy, more fresh. He's throwing more punches. He's a bigger guy.
Peterson will go down, and there's a left hand that will send him to the canvas.
Much time after this bell sounds, let me know.
He took some punches, but he brings combination sends it down. I think I'm going to need to look and maybe change around. Spence throwing those combinations. He is such a good combination puncher. The right hook, I think, stunned him. And then the left on the top, kind of, you know, on the top.
I love his ability to be cognizant about his distance.
Continues to go on that track on the top. Peterson staying in the pocket. Plenty of heart on display. Keith Thurman at 170. With the biggest heart. Lamont Peterson showcasing that. Here in round 5, but on the end. Blustering attack from Errol Spence Jr.
A moment ago, Peterson landed a fantastic right hand. It just didn't stop Spence for a moment.
Right off of his head. And Lamont Peterson continues to give Errol Spence very much. He's standing in front of him, Paulie, making this a fair fight.
Stop. Keep him up, Lamont. Keep him up.
Errol Spence striking. Peterson lands over. Peterson with a left hand.
Even when he shoots and lands, it doesn't deter Errol.
Round 6, and Spence comes out firing. Double jab, straight left hand, counter right by Peterson.
Or gap for watch Spence. Watch Errol Spence's ability to control that distance. Even when he's moving in, he doesn't do stepping too hard to smother himself. Watch, he's always making sure there's enough space for him to punch. Watch, he moves in, he makes, see it right there. So many guys can smother themselves. He create the space right there.
Really putting on a clinic, but again, the heart of Lamont Peterson fully on display. Lands a left hook upstairs. Doctor inspecting the left eye of Lamont Peterson, and Peterson comes forward with the lead left hook to begin the second half of this championship affair. A lot of concern. A new array of punches out. He keeps mixing it up with the jab, the straight left, the uppercuts, the body shots.
And you know, Lamont Peterson's had a lot of tough fights. 5 of his last 6 fights have been close decision fights. One he lost to Garcia, but even the ones he won have been wars. So he's maybe worn down a little bit. We'll see if he can continue.
Yeah, in this kind of fight, I'll definitely weigh you down. I know showing a lot of wrinkles, change. You see little subtle changes in angles. Yeah, little stutter steps in there. Man, watch the other right there.
Was really pegged as the Olympian that was most likely to succeed on the men's side. Remember, Clarissa Shields, a lone gold medalist. That American men's team medalist out this time.
You know, when you look at Errol Spence, you think, well, he should be able to be hit more. He's coming in, he's aggressive. His hands might not be always right, but, you know, it's hard to hit him.
Yeah, and at this point, he's also in the mind of Lamont Peterson. So exactly. The offense coming from the opponent is not going to be as enthusiastic.
Yeah. Showing different wrinkles, like you mentioned, probably with the
angle,
and then the variety of punches targeting all facets of Lamont Peterson's anatomy.
As fancy as he can get, he doesn't forget the basics.
Time! Seconds out! Seconds out! That's it, that's it.